Kevin is the president of the Performance Consulting Group. He has a diverse background and a lot of experience working with Fortune 500 companies like GE, IBM, HP, and EMC, working on strategic facilitation, customer issues, facilitating, instructing, but it's really helping his clients and the companies go from where they are today to where they need to be in the future. So, and also Kevin, his background of starting at Colgate playing football, has his MBA from Darden, and his PhD candidate at University of Pittsburgh with, again, focus on strategic management. Let's all welcome Kevin Pitts.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you.
2/3 of many organizations are just okay or worse with respect to customer experience. All the interactions. By the way, this includes the interactions with you. I get a bill. Bill may report to you somewhere, somehow. Collections may somewhere report to you some way, somehow. It includes, they said specifically, it includes the finance function that somehow touches this customer with a bill or what have you. One of the problems with Sprint is that people couldn't understand the bill that showed up at the house. Couldn't understand it. It was so convoluted. And they've changed that. It's starting to come back. And so, based on what you said earlier, which is fascinating, there's a lot of value with the current strategy. Just the current strategy, dealing with these customer interactions. What is the value? In hotels, if you go from below average customer experience to above average customer experience, the impact is huge. And they put a number on it. And it deals with additional purchases, churn reduction, and word of mouth. And they put a number on it. And so right now, we see a number of hotels, I don't know if you're out there like that, you know, kind of renovating the reception area, renovating the conference area. Because that investment makes sense for how the customers are perceiving that. Because I personally don't go back to a hotel where the bed's terrible, or the food's terrible, or, you know, it just doesn't feel right. All right, I want to now talk about our favorite, one of my favorite subjects, strategy, and how that fits in with customer experience. Michael Porter said years ago, strategy is about uniqueness, about distinctiveness. So why do you believe we, here in the United States, are not as distinct as we used to be? It's no longer the Model T. We all look alike. What do you think is going on there? Yet our guru on strategy said, years ago, we've got to be different. What's driving us to sameness? So when you look at the levels of differentiation, it begins with sameness. When I go to look at Acer versus Asus versus Fujitsu from a PC point of view, it all looks the same. Yet, okay, Sony with the Vio might have a little something extra, and I'm expected to pay more. But yet, my friends, I'm not a Mac person, but every time, anybody Mac person in here? Like, Kevin, I know what you're talking about, partner. My whole household is Mac. I've changed the whole house. There's this distinctiveness there that creates this emotional connection. You know what's fascinating, it brings a story to mind from GE. One of the claims to fame from Jack Welch is when people used to come make presentations to him, Jack, we've got 100% or 90% of this market. Give us more money. Jack, we've got 70. Jack, we've got 50. Right? And what Jack started to realize was the way you're defining the market, you've got 70. So what he said was, define the market as if you got 2%. Now come make a presentation. Right? And that kind of encourages the notion of what? Growth. But now you've got to change the boundaries such that you got 2%. Look at all this wonderful opportunity that's out there. So that reminds me of that story. All right? And you also talked about intellectual capital. See, when you're in the service business, it's not just about relationships. Because, you know, I can have a relationship with somebody I don't respect that well. Right? And that relationship is going to be short. So you've got to bring some intellectual capital to the table in certain service business. Am I correct? Right. And you talked a little bit about the torque business. Can you share a little bit how that came about? First and foremost, a focus on competitors. we need to have a focus on our customers and what we do for them. If we focus on our competitors, we end up doing what I call the art of best practices. Right? Let's just do what they do. The best practice is. And that's good if you care about efficiency, maybe. But if you care about effectiveness and strategy and distinctiveness, whenever you hear, let's do this best practice, I want you to get nervous. I want you to get a little fidgety in your chair, especially when they come to you for money to say, this is the best practice. We've got to have some money for this. And I'd like for you to say to them, what's unique about this best practice? Who's doing it? Competitor A, competitor B, competitor C, and we're not doing it? And at this point, I want you to say, we're not also going to be doing that best practice. No. No for the money part. If A, B, C, D are doing it, let's not follow. Let's do something different. Let's do something unique. So as we think about our role in this whole process of helping the organization grow, I want to leave you with some ideas. Cultivate a culture that focuses on the customer. How can we do that? When those projects come to you that are customer-oriented, say yes. Or figure out how to way to say yes. I was with a CFO yesterday. I was just telling you, it's a big company, Estée Lauder, one of the brands. And she says, Kevin, we've got a reputation of the no. We say no a lot. In conjunction with our lawyers, we're like married with them. And we've got a project. This is their project. We've got a project to figure out how we can say yes more. And I said, how did that project show up? We actually did an internal customer survey with our customers, the internal customers, other functions. They don't like us. They hate us. They don't really want to come to us. They think about everything they can do to go around us. And we don't like that. We want them to feel good about this relationship. And so I'm saying to you, as you think about going back out there in the world, maybe create a little bonus pool if you can for those wonderful customer experience or relationship ideas that come to you from a business case point of view. If you role model that, I think we'll play a big role in helping our organizations grow. Thanks for having me.